Well, obviously you should choose who you want, but you clearly don't know that, that's why you're here. Well, what a coincidence, so am I. 23 and fancy free is such a lie. There aren't even 23 units here. And don't even get me started on the farewell to 22, which didn't even give me 22 Neo Visions. We've got 17 units to choose from, and I'm assuming they just drew their names out of a hat. On closer inspection, it does seem like there's a theme. Brave Exvius, Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, going all the way to Type 0 and back to basics, with absolutely no missing series, and if they are, then they obviously just don't exist. I do have to wonder how they chose the representative. The first three are clearly the main characters, maybe, probably, and then everyone else, well, I guess they are main characters too. I've definitely heard their names before. Well, let's get started. Knights of Grandeur, a strong light damage dealer and very literally nothing else. You'll likely benefit way more from his premium vision card, which is amazing, but you also have to get him to EX plus 3 to get it, which is amazing. Li Long. Unfortunately, it is really good, and his Super Trustmaster reward is a strong weapon too. Fledgling Warrior, a powerful tank, but Runea is free. With that being said, his Super Trustmaster reward is very good for physical tanks, giving them extra stats. You can just get him and give him a Super Trust Mugo, and since his vision card is in the vision card exchange shop, there's not so much incentive to get him to EX plus 1. Furion. With Master Crowns, a semi-rare material, he'll boast a multitude of weapon imperils. However, quantity does not beat quality, and his damage isn't high enough to compensate. Onion Knight. The Neo Vision Awakened one would have been a better choice. Kane. Not being CISO sucks, and so is the fact he's stuck to lightning or light. With that being said, he is the only unit here that doesn't need further EX investment to really evolve his playstyle, and getting him with this ticket lands a good, if temporary, damage dealer. Ferris. She's got a lot of field amplification buffs and turns into a decent breaker. The real downside is her damage output is comparatively low now, and her kit might not be too friendly for beginners. Celes. The only magic tank on this list, which is an important enough row to seriously consider her if you don't have a good magic tank. While her limit burst buffs are incredible, they only last for one turn, and its cost doesn't really allow for easy abuse. Get her Brave Shift and she becomes a good ice supporter, though honestly I think the magic tank thing will be the main draw. Tifa. Not being Cloud Strife really sucks, but I mean, I wish. Like Knights of Grandeur, she's a damage dealer and nothing else, but water instead of light. Her EX plus 3 vision card isn't as universal as his to seriously consider a heavy long-term investment, but if you happen to have Cloud Strife, then I highly suggest getting her just for the Super Trustmaster rewards amazing bonus stats. Angelo and Runea. No one else has a self-chaining dog, and she can inflict a field debuff that lowers dark resistance. However, her best damage heavily requires her Brave Shift, and even then it's still element locked, so it's not quite beginner friendly. Zidane. His recent buffs are dramatic, giving him the best short sword and wind imperil in the game. The latter does need crowns, but doing so also makes him a pretty good defensive breaker, and the biggest drawback I see is the low popularity of Stardust Ray. Yuna. My least favorite premium design in the game, practically requiring her Brave Shift with how little her base kit contributes. Being locked to light damage makes her compete with Knights of Grandeur, but she can actually be stronger. Her Super Trustmaster reward is also pretty good, having a neat array of stats, limit burst damage, ability for boosting evoke damage that isn't morale, and giving extra stats to Tidus if you happen to have him. Her EX plus 3 vision card is not that great. Afmao. With Runea being such a great free physical tank, the only thing left to consider is her breaks, which, like Ferris, is just decent. Gabrith. His buffs are also very good, but Runea is a free physical tank. Lightning. This one's already available for free, and while she's a great unit for beginners, well, actually there are worse ideas. Noctis. Being a light damage dealer faced against Knights of Grandeur, Yuna, and Kane is just unfair to the poor fellow. Kurosame, a ice damage dealer. He can kill himself to fill the Esper gauge and a large chunk of your team's limit burst gauges. It certainly has its uses, but a dead guy sure doesn't. Rain and Fina. Their base form can self-chain, but that's getting more common. However, they compensate for this with low damage too. At this point, they're more valuable for support, but it's not at an impressive enough level. And that's it! Overall, yeah, sure, this list could have been better, but it's a pretty neat selection. It offers a variety of rows over a variety of games, and even if the units aren't brand new, the rewards still end up valuable. It's pretty interesting. Knights of Grandeur is by and far the best investment, but also takes the most time, and that's not very fun. There's a huge variety of angles here too, so maybe a list like this might be easier to look at. Personally, I already have every unit here, wow! And my Knights of Grandchild just got the EX plus 3, wow! The smart move here is to get another Knights of Grandchild and work my way up again, but... really?